going on, people? This is Speederman here once again with another film review. And this time I'm talking about a film called Trauma. Now, Trauma is from Chile. It's a Chilean horror movie, and I've been hearing comparisons about this movie to a Serbian film, like the Latin version of a Serbian film. So I was immediately intrigued by this. I had to watch this for myself to see if any of these statements were true. So I watched this film on YouTube of all places. And yeah, this movie does start off pretty sick, sort of like a Serbian film. There are some disturbing scenes in this film. And yeah, I mean, even with all that though, I don't think that this film is as disturbing as a Serbian film, but it's definitely still disturbing. So the plot of this film is about these four female friends. I think some of these are lesbians, and some of these friends might be straight, but there's like a couple in them that are actually going out. Been living together. So there are these four friends, and they go on vacation in the rural town of Chile, and they find out that they come across this father and son, and they're both crazy, batshit crazy people. And yeah, the father and the son. Well, let's talk about the father first. The dad, he's the most crazy character in the film. He's been mentally abused when he was younger. We get to see how his his past life was. There's flashbacks of his life, and we get to see why he is the way he is. And wow, man, he's really had a fucked up past, and it kind of explains why he does what he does to people. And he has like this woman locked up, and she's I think her sister, and there's a baby too involved. But the whole thing with the baby, it did kind of remind me of a Serbian film. But there's pretty gory scenes in this film too. There's a lot of gore. There's stuff you would probably see like in a Serbian film or like in Hostel, that film. And wow, man, this film has a lot of tension too, suspense. I mean, it's a very well made film. Like whoever made this film like knew what he was doing as far as like the story. The story is very well written. Um, the acting was pretty good for people that I'd never seen before, actors that I never heard before. The main actress was pretty good too. I mean, it was a very good movie. Like, it just kept you glued to the screen, and you didn't know what was going to happen next too. It was very unpredictable at times, and there's some scenes that are very gut wrenching that you kind of don't see coming. And yeah, man, sort of like a Serbian film. A Serbian film had a lot of scenes that you didn't see coming that were really sick, and just it was like a bust in the gut, man. It was pretty gut wrenching. But yeah, I would say this film is not as gut wrenching as a Serbian film, but it definitely will get a reaction out of some people that do see this film. And it came out last year too. I had just barely heard of this film though. I hadn't seen the trailer. I think I saw a review of somebody talking about it on here on YouTube, but other than that, I really knew nothing about this film because I didn't want to go into it, you know, knowing what all the six scenes were. But yeah, I'm just going off by that comparison. But yeah, I would recommend you guys watch this film. It's pretty sick. I mean, I would say it has some exploitation elements. There's some incense in here. Jeez, man. There's enough here for all you freaking gorehounds too to enjoy. But it's also a very psychological film, and yeah, man, it's very nasty too at times. And yeah, if you can stomach it, if you have an iron stomach, for sure, definitely watch this film. But if gore offends you, incest offends you, like stuff like that, yeah, I would stay away from this film. I watched this film subtitled, but I still could understand it because it's in Spanish, but it's in Chilean Spanish, so I understood some of it. But subtitles were good, the translation was good, and I understood it pretty well. But yeah, acting, cinematography, the gore, the disturbing elements are all here, man. This is what you want in this type of film, and it's very well made. And I don't know, man. I mean, Spanish exploitation horror films, I've seen a lot of good ones, man. I mean, you got like Snuff 102, you got Aftermath, you got a lot of these good horror films, but I just feel like they don't make enough of them, there's not enough, but yeah, there's talent here. The director is very talented, I think, and this movie really pushes the envelope of what a lot of films won't do, and it's very bold and it's very daring, kind of like a Serbian film. But yeah, for me, I would give this film a 8.5 out of 10 because, like I said, it was unpredictable. It was pretty sick, pretty disturbing, pretty psychological. It had all these elements you want in the film that you don't really get to see nowadays. No fucks given for this film though. Like for real, you could tell. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. 100 subscribers. Peace.